Oh man, I can't believe this bike is only 2,000 bucks. This is me, completely mind blasted at how good this bike is for its relatively small price tag. I mean, come on! But to find out how I got here having the time of my life riding my brand new trail bike, let's roll the clock back to last week. So I got a message from my friends at Bikes Online asking me if I wanted to try a brand new trail bike they had up for sale. After seeing the pictures and reading up on the bike, I kind of felt like I'd seen this bike before. That's right, I remember seeing this exact Intense trail bike on sale at Costco. Back then, they were selling for just under $3,000 and they had a lot of people talking about it. A high-end carbon proper mountain bike at Costco? In case you didn't know, Intense has been making bikes since the early 90s, and with riders like Sean Palmer, John Tomac, Eric Carter, and Brian Lopes, they quickly racked up quite a few podiums. In the early 2000s, they partnered up with Santa Cruz Bikes to launch their revolutionary VPP suspension design. If you must know, it stands for Virtual Pivot Point. On that new bike, World Cup racers like Chris Kovarik and Sam Hill demolished the competition. Today, Intense still makes amazing bikes using their VPP suspension design and are trying to sell to the massive with this model at Costco. I'm just not sure that was the right target market. Fast forward to today, and the entire Costco Intense inventory has been purchased by Bikes Online. All of them. Brand new, open box, and the lightly written refurbished units. And guess what? Right now on their website, they have them starting at $19.99. So let's build this new bike, take a look at all the parts up close, and then take it out for a shakedown ride to see if it's any good. Spoiler alert, it's looking really nice. Building this bike was totally easy, especially since you get this awesome kit in the box. Look at this. It has everything you need to perfectly set up your bike for the trails, including a torque wrench, shock pump, and even some tire sealant for both tires. I'm for sure ditching those tubes right away. The cockpit's pretty basic, and you guys know I'll be replacing most of these parts. But you do get a decent set of 780mm wide bars and a 45mm long stem. My medium here came with a 150mm dropper and a Physique saddle. The wheels are two WTB ST I-30 aluminum rims that have a 30mm inner width and are laced to Intense hubs. Those are wrapped in 2.4-inch wide Kenda tires. If I'm being honest, they seem a little bit flimsy for the gnarly trails we have here in BC. I usually like to run Maxxis Double Down or Schwalbe Gravity casings, but they'll do the trick for today. I'll try to go easy on them. You guys know by now how much I love my TRP DHR Evo brakes, and these are the lighter trail versions. I've never tried these TRP Slate T4s before, but I'm stoked to give them a shot. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the drivetrain either. You get a full 12-speed SRAM NX Eagle setup. It's all a little bit heavy, that's the only thing. For example, this cassette's like 200 grams heavier than the GX I have here on my other bike. It all works totally fine though. For suspension, the 951 Trail comes with a Fox Float X with piggyback rear shock and a Fox 36 Performance fork. Together they give you 140 mils of rear travel and 150 mils up front. And take a look at this frame. It's got a full carbon front and rear triangle with that floating 4-bar linkage. It's even got a flip chip here. It comes in a high setting right out of the box, so that's what I'll ride today. But I'll keep in mind that it could be even more stable and planted if I switched it into the low mode. I guess I could also switch it to the high mode and put a 27.5 rear wheel out there to make the bike even more playful. Might be something to do in the future. The frame's burly enough to take on pretty much any serious trail, but sleek enough to stay light. Speaking of weight, why don't we throw this thing on the scale? Just under 32 pounds, that's pretty good. And with all the heavy aluminum components on there, there's a lot of room to get the weight even further down. You guys think we can get it under 30 pounds? I think we can. For all you number crunchers out there, here's the Geo. It has a 65-degree head angle, a 77-degree seat angle, the chainstays are 441 mils long, and my medium here has a 451 mil reach. What do you guys think? Would you pay 2,000 bucks for all that? I would in a heartbeat. Of course, there's a link in the description to take you to Bikes Online's brand new website. But before you go and buy one, let's take this thing out and see if it rides as good as it looks. I'll see you on the trails. Okay, first session on the Intense trail bike. Here's the plan. First off, we're gonna ride some of the best blue single track I've ever ridden. Then, we're gonna step it up a notch, go into a black diamond with some gap jumps. And if we're feeling confident, I might take it on some of the biggest jumps on the mountain. Let's see how it goes. I love it in here. First lap on the Intense 951 trail. I can't wait for this. Let's drop it. Okay, a little sketchy because my brakes aren't even bed in yet. But man, so far, this bike is so smooth. Nice. So smooth and just silent. It's got those like elements of magic carpet where you can't feel anything, no small bumps, no nothing. And then there's elements where you just preload the bike a little bit, try popping, and the bike just gives it back to you. Woo! Oh, man, what a fun lap. Woo! Okay, first run in the books. To put it in plain English, it's a brand new bike to me, but I feel surprisingly at home on it. It just fits, you know? There's nothing that stands out. It's not too slack or too steep. It's not too short, too long, too tall, too low. It's just right in the middle. Now, the grip could be a little better. The tires are so-so, but you know what? For 90% of the people out there, they're gonna be perfectly fine. And if the ground wasn't frozen, they'd probably be pretty decent. Suspension on the bike is buttery smooth. I can't feel or hear anything back there. It's absolutely perfect. So what do you guys say we step it up a notch and go into a black trail with some gap jumps? Let's go. Okay, let's get climbing. So today I'm gonna start off with a bike in the high mode. This is how it came in the box, so figured it's only fair to ride it as it comes. The only thing I've done to the bike so far from stock is took the tubes out, obviously, and added a front fender so I can keep the mud out of my face and off the lens. I hope you guys are enjoying watching the video because it's hella cold this morning. Now will somebody hit the like button, please? Reminds me a lot of the Siskiyou, but I know that this has more travel, both front and back, and it's so much lighter. Man, I can't believe how light this thing is. 31 pounds stock. So, I've got some plans. We're gonna see how light we can get it in the next video, but today, we're riding it stock, baby. One of my favorite tracks, Thornstar. Let's drop a couple gears. And let's see how much suspension travel we use on this run here. I think I've got it pretty much dialed. There's 100 PSI up front and 205 in the back. I might want to go a little bit higher for the bigger hits. Maybe 210, 110. But so far, feeling plush, feeling smooth. Loving this bike so far. This bike's so silent too, like all I can hear are the tires in the dirt. So good. Oh yeah, fresh work. Yeah. man, I can't see anything. The sun's like right in my eyes. Oh. Here we go. Woo! Nice and smooth. This track's so good. You can just kind of coast all the way down. Pick up for some gaps. Yeah. Burp. Nice. Pick up. Yeah. I'm having a little trouble trusting the tires. Nice fresh work here. Yeah, nice. Okay, second run, greased. Those gaps felt like nothing. The bike feels so good, so composed, and so fluttery off the top. I absolutely love the suspension on this thing. Intense has been designing downhill race bikes forever, for as long as I can remember. And this bike has a lot of that DNA into it. So how about we step it up another notch and drop into some double black gap jumps? Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh. Whoa. Woo. Whoa. Man, this thing just pops when you want to. There's no way I had enough speed for that, but I just yanked and it just sailed over it. Okay, we made it at the top of the jump trail. Let's see how this little intense trail bike handles some jumps. I think my brakes are bed in by now, right? Should be fine. Oh, butter. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Woo. Just butter. Yep. Over that. Over that. Keep it going. Woo. Man, did that bike feel great on the jumps. It's so light and responsive. 150, 140 mils of rear travel just feels bang on for a trail bike. I said it before, but man, I can't believe that you can get this much bike for $2,000. TRP brakes, Fox suspension, SRAM drivetrain. I mean, come on. But I upgrade bikes on the channel, don't I? I have a ton of upgrades planned for this bike to make it even better. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and in the comments, let me know what you would add to this bike to make it your own. I'll see you down there. Whoa. Well, that was sketchy. I can't believe I didn't crash on that.